I'm AnaDer.
I'm Haider.
Seems familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, well, I'm sure most of you must have heard our name somewhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
From some other podcast, but what are the two of us doing here together?
We are just another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, tell us, what you think these people that has been eagerly tuning in for so long, waiting for us to start this podcast, I'm going slow here. What do you think they can expect from us?
Okay, so it's gonna be just another podcast. No, just kidding. Okay, in case y'all didn't realize where do we come up with just another podcast? Ana, that's the name.
Yep.
And Der, so AnaDer.
Yep.
And it's also a tongue-in-cheek dig at the
We took
podcast
a while to get to this name actually,
yes,
right?
actually, right? So we just took your. I took your name from your business actually.
Yeah.
AnaZia. And I was thinking Zia is your husband name in case people don't know. So take out Zia and put me, become AnaDer. Then I realized, it's just another podcast.
Are we going to talk about the Chai GPT?
Yeah, we went through a whole, treasure hunt on our name actually.
Yeah.
So we went to ChatGPT in case, so we were going with Chai GPT.
Alright, hold on. We got to.
Yeah, okay. So we were at ChatGPT and then we contemplated Chai GPT.
Yeah, Chai.
We contemplated
Chai G with T.
Oh, Chai G with T. Yeah. And then
because you wanted wordplay, right?
Yeah.
And then we went with Chai G with T.
Yes.
And then we worked with something that has to do with chai because of the direction that we want to go with the podcast, right?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, and then we went in circles here and there, and then we disappeared for a while.
Yep.
And then come back with just another podcast.
That's right. So the vision or the goal of this podcast is actually to focus on the Indian community, specifically Indian Muslim community.
Yeah.
But of course, it's open for everyone.
That's why we're doing it in English.
Yes. And it's true to our core lah. That's who we are. We are Indian Muslims.
Our roots.
And we will be covering a lot of content on the challenges that Indian Muslims are facing.
Yes.
Be it as a parent, in the community itself, any, what do you call that?
The taboo topics. Yeah.
Weddings. We also will cover Indian food.
Yeah,
right?
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, Indian movies. So we're not only just covering Bollywood, we'll also cover Tamil movies, Telugu movies, you name it, everything lah. Because we actually watch all those movies, right? So
we grew up with those.
Yeah. So
and we are unrepresented.
Correct.
Don't you feel that? In a way.
Underrepresented. I think that is here and there, but
a little bit.
They're not focused on it.
Because we're neither here nor there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So here we are. Yeah.
So that's the main purpose of Just AnaDer. So in case you're wondering why having another podcast, it's because of that we're going to focus on that. If there's any concerts, any Indian stars concerts specifically, we will be reviewing those as well.
Of course.
And we actually went to one.
Yeah.
But we will cover that later.
You got to stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
You really have to.
Okay. So maybe you want to share, about yourself.
Okay.
Like who you are.
For those who don't know me, I'm AnaZia. As you've introed earlier, Ana is my name, Zia is my husband's name. So we have a hoodie company like the one I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
It comes with the Indonesia attached and all that. Product placement, Blood TV, suddenly.
It's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Our very first sponsor, AnaZia hoodies, guys. She's sponsoring her own podcast.
Yeah. Why not? Everybody's doing it, right?
Yep.
And I have 5 kids. My eldest is 13. He's a teenager. So I'm going through that teenage angst period.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I think...
It's a boy.
A boy.
Okay.
Our dear Maman. Yeah.
My favorite, actually.
Your favorite?
Don't tell the rest.
So actually, he has a lot of fans, surprisingly.
His facial expressions
Maybe because of the chubbiness, the cuteness, and the way he dances and all that.
Correct,
He's basically, he looks like the dad, but he's 100% me.
Yeah. He looks like the dad. Yeah.
Agree, right? He looks like that, but his
character is
behavior and the randomness is all me lah.
Yeah.
So so married happily for 14 years this year. Actually, that's about it lah.
You want to share how long have you been doing podcasting maybe?
Okay, yes. Alright, so here's the story. When OLG, we are going to mention other podcasts in this podcast.
Of course,
Alright, we're just going to go for it.
Yep.
I feel that any podcast is good enough for anybody to mention about it. It's a good community, right?
Yep.
So when Let's Go started, and I started listening, and then I was like, I was born with the gift of the gap.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was literally told that. Because I can literally speak like give me a topic and I can just debate about it. And I was in debating in school and all that.
Okay.
So I was thinking, hey, actually this one is quite interesting.
So I picked the right partner lah.
Hopefully you don't regret, bro.
Okay.
And then I approached Zah from Okay Let's Go.
Alright.
So I pitched an idea to him, and then he was like, hey, actually the idea sounds good because at that time there wasn't any woman podcast.
Okay.
During the era.
So you wanted to do a women
I
podcast.
was targeting on that.
Right.
And then he was very kind to guide me through. We even had a Zoom session with my supposedly partner lah.
Yeah.
I had a lady that wanted to work together and all that. Somehow we tried, and then mummies, both of us are mummies. At that time I just got pregnant with my 5th one.
Alright.
So commitment shifted and all that. So I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen.
Okay.
But I listen in a way where I don't just enjoy the content. I want to know how the industry works.
Okay.
So fast forward a few years later, I met Aidi Isham. Shout out to Aidi Isham.
Shout out to him from
Alkesa Production.
Yep.
So I was supposed to buy some products from him. Ended up, he put me into his podcast after a hot seat interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hot seat
So
podcast.
he did an audition for you?
It wasn't an audition. He
Right.
started Hot Seat with the intention of him interviewing like guests, one guest. So he was going along, and then I was one of the guests. So when we put up that episode, I get DM saying that, hey, your banter is really good with ID.
Oh.
Like they like the way we banter.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, it's good. That's about it. I didn't think much about it. And then until a while that Ferd left Alkesa,
Okay.
and then ID told me, yeah, there's a slot. Why not you fill up that? That's it.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, I don't mind lah, let's help.
Yeah.
So then the rest is history lah. But to be honest, that was, okay, I started somewhere in January and I just left them like last month.
Okay. So that's
So about 10 months.
Yeah, 10 months.
10
okay.
months of really, really jam-packed. How do I say it?
Content producing.
Content,
producing,
it was literally like go kind of thing. And I learned so much from them. So that I feel right now sitting here,
Yeah.
in a way I'm like prepared lah for
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
coming for us. And I want to thank Alkesa Production for that.
Oh,
ID
shout
Sham
out
and the
to
team.
ID and the Alkesa
Yeah.
team. Okay. Is that
So what about you? This is your second podcast.
Yes, it is my second podcast. A lot of people are asking why open a second one.
Yeah.
So I still have my other podcast. It's
Yeah.
still functioning. It's still doing relatively well.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Give a shout out. So
Shout out to Biar Betul podcast.
Yeah.
So I did that with a group of friends, and this was way 3 years ago. Actually, yeah, in 2021, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 2021. So I opened a podcast called You Think I Talk Confirm.
Yep.
And then eventually, after a year and a half of doing that, we rebranded it to Biar Betul. So that podcast is catered to the Malay market, right? So we will touch on more on what's the issues with the current affairs and all these things.
Yeah.
So that is pretty much still in. The reason why I have another podcast is obviously I have a very popular female podcaster who keep bugging me. Hey, when you want to do with me? No, just joking lah.
We will get into that, guys. Oh my god, I need to tell you. I need to tell you that story. You continue first.
I mean, okay, so a lot of people will be asking what's the difference, right? You already have one podcast, why open another one? I
Yeah.
think it's nice to have a female in the podcast. It's something that I've thought about when we open our podcast, they're all male, so very dominated. Sometimes when we cover topics about parenting, we don't have the female side. the
Yeah,
mother
it's
side.
rather one-sided. Yeah.
Correct. And then sometimes we talk about husband and wife, we don't have the wife side.
Yeah, true.
Right? So that's the challenge, or rather that's the difference lah, that we can't see in Biar Betul that you probably will see in AnaDer, because thanks to you. Right?
Yeah.
So you will bring the female perspective. And also I feel that I wanted to have a podcast that focus on Bollywood.
Yes.
Actually, it's something that has been bugging me since day one. So a bit of history about myself. I did communications.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to do YouTubes and even wanted to be a DJ before.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
So and the topics that always intrigues me, or rather my favorite topics, my hobbies, Bollywood,
Yes.
football,
Yes.
wrestling. So football and wrestling I can park in Biar Betul because those are male dominated. And then Bollywood I can bring it with you lah.
Yeah.
Right. So I see a purpose to open up a second podcast. So going back to again my history, I've been podcasting for 3 years. So I hope to to be able to tap into my knowledge and skills, and hopefully, inshallah, this podcast will fly one day.
With their support.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
Please do support us. If you are listening to us the very first time, share it to your friends. Even if you listening to us the second time, I do not know how. Maybe you replay this episode because this is the first episode. Anyway,
You liked it so much, you decide to, okay, let's go one more time. Hey, but the entry song is like, whoa, the
You love
intro.
it, huh?
I love it.
let's play it one more time.
Let's go. Let's hype it to it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's actually a song from Darkan.
Yes.
Dule Ka Sehra. And someone remixed it. It's a royalty-free music lah anyway.
It's not from us, okay?
It's not
We are
from us.
honest. We are very honest people.
Shout out to whoever who created the music. Okay, so we have done the introduction to ourselves. Maybe you want to share a bit more about our plan. I mean, we have pretty much
No, I
covered
want to
that, so,
share with
yeah.
them how long it took me to convince you.
Okay, go for it.
Because Haider was hard to convince, guys.
Do
To
you
be
wanna set
honest.
music?
Can lah. Just set in the mood a bit lah. Sedih lah. Okay. We actually, I cannot. I will cry bro. Cannot lah. I cannot. I very emotional, sentimental like that.
Okay.
Okay,
Go
the
for
two
it,
of
yeah,
us
yeah.
have been friends for like, I think,
Wow.
16 years, I think.
Yeah, early 20s. I remember we were in our early 20s.
Before I met my husband, and so 14 years of marriage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Before you met.
Before I met my
Zach?
husband.
Okay. Because
So-
okay, I mean, sorry, I
Yeah,
interrupt,
can.
Before, I mean, as far as I know,
Yeah.
you have been with Zach for the longest time. Ever
No.
since. Okay, so I missed out that part lah. Maybe you were single at that time. But I was with my wife since then.
You were, yeah.
So yeah, I'm a one woman man lah. In case you all don't know, I mean.
Aww.
Thank you so much.
Anissa is so blessed. You all should see the comment she put on Haider's video where he sang, you know.
Yeah, okay.
That was so sweet. You all don't know? Go and see.
Yeah.
Go to Just AnaDer Instagram. Go and see what she wrote there.
Yep.
Okay. So I think 16 years bro. I
16
rasa.
years,
16 years.
Wow, I think I was just fresh out of army, and then
But
maybe
the
just
first time we met, I feel that we didn't
talk
talk
much. We didn't talk much. I think we just smile at each other lah.
You were with your brother.
Yes.
Your brother came.
Yes. And
So the guys were all with the guys, and then
Yeah,
the girls
yeah.
with the girls.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Maya.
Yep.
I think she was the one that was the catalyst for
Yes.
all of us. She, Fariza, my
Yes.
cousins and all
Your
that.
cousin Hafiza, Firhan. Shout out him,
Firhan, yes, shout out to them.
Yep.
And then after that, we had a birthday party.
Yeah.
That is where I think we connected
Yes.
at Botanical Gardens.
That was also
Fariza's birthday party.
Yeah.
Right, we
Yes.
played some wacko game
Yes.
until the middle of the night.
That one Zach wasn't there.
Zach was there.
Okay.
we
So, second
knew,
meeting he was there.
Yes, the
Okay.
second meeting, that's when I started dating him already. So I brought him along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, then we lost touch actually. Totally. Do you realize that until you started, you talk, I talk.
You think I thought confirm?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's when you start following.
That's when
But
I think I
were
followed
connected
you.
on IG anyway lah.
I only
right?
wish you birthday
Okay.
Akshay Kumar. That's all. Guys, tell me. Put it in the comments. Doesn't he look like Akshay Kumar?
Please don't embarrass me lah.
Because on his birthday, every single time I will put there, Happy Birthday Akshay Kumar. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how we connect until the podcasting started.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, bro, nice your podcast and all that. Then I enjoy listening to his Piramli jokes and
Yeah,
the nostalgia that you guys were doing,
Thank
right?
you.
Back then.
Yeah. Oh, so okay. People like that,
I like that.
I should do more of that.
You had some dialogues and all that kind of
Yeah,
thing. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
really funny. It's really kelakar. Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's when I started, because that was when the interest in podcasting started with me. So you were already in the game, what?
Yeah.
So we started talking and all that until I ended up Alkesa. Then it turned table, and then
Yeah.
you were like, Fana, like you're in Alkesa, that kind
Yeah,
of thing, and
yeah.
you're like, cheering me on and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
So that started the whole conversation that we had.
I think I want to
We
give
got
a shout out
closer.
for you as an individual, because she has been always manifesting this, right?
Yeah.
She always been chatting with me, messaging me, talking about podcasting and all that. So when I saw you at Alkisa, immediately I turned to my wife. I was like, she got it. I mean, she manifested it and it's working.
Yeah.
She keep doing all this content on her own, on her IG, and then manifest it. And now she has a podcast, or she's with a podcast.
Yeah, with. It's not my own, but yeah.
Yeah, so I was very proud of you actually. I mean, I probably never tell you before.
Okay, put
but
the
I was
stats on. I'm
very
gonna
proud
cry
of you.
now.
I was telling Anissa, she's a go-getter lah. So she has some good qualities. And then you launched this hoodie.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Okay, this girl has a mission.
I do, because okay, last year, no, like 2 years back, right? My heart stopped twice, bro.
What happened?
Because of the injury I had, the vaccine injury. Okay, so the doctors had to revive me twice. And there was one time I remembered that I was in the, what did they call it? MRI machine.
Okay.
I remember that I was inside there. Then suddenly I just like had a, how do I put it? Like a shadow casted on me, and then I suddenly just blacked out, you know.
Okay.
And then when I came to consciousness back, right, I can see and sense, it's like an out of body experience. I look at myself being revived. You get it? Like they literally pulled me out from the MRI machine, and then they were trying to revive me. So at that point, right, inside my head, I was thinking like, if God wants to take me right now, just take me. Because it was to that level kind of madness of feeling, that kind of thing. So when I recovered from that, right, then I told myself that, until when am I just going to put my dreams one side?
Yeah.
Right? How long am I going to live? If let's say this thing were to happen again, then like what am I going to leave for my kids, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So that's when I put my foot down, and then I put my affairs in order, like, right, and that kind of thing. I'm like, YOLO.
Yeah.
If I feel that this thing can go and my gut says that it can go, I'm going to go after it.
Give her a round of applause, guys. I mean, I have a music here, but I want to hear it from you guys. But yeah, I mean, you should live life with no regrets. Whatever that you have been wanting to do, just go for it. And I truly believe in that as well. Like what I've said, like this was even before I did communications. I've always have a passion to talk, to present, to perform, right? So it has always been bugging me that I have not done it.
Yeah,
right?
that feeling, it annoys you sometimes.
Even when I watch like YouTubers who cover Bollywood or wrestling or football, and I was thinking, why am I not doing this?
Yeah.
So this is what I've been telling myself since like maybe more than 10 years ago.
Okay.
So when YouTube was still new, and I was still, still novice, don't know anything and all that, but I should have started, And do I regret not starting? A bit, but you should live life with no regrets, and that's why we're doing this.
Yes.
And we're really pushing it. I have a full-time job, we have families, you have another business.
Yes.
I have another podcast, so I'm trying to, go for my passion and hopefully make it work. So if you guys are listening to this, I would encourage any of you to pursue your passion, whatever it is. Maybe sewing. You did sewing before.
Yeah, I went to school also for sewing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makeup or anything, right?
Anything
that's your
Baking.
passion, go for it. Even if you want to do it on the sideline as a start, do it first, and then chase your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to you. And likewise for me, I think that's what I also believe in. No regrets.
Yeah, but what took you so long to say yes to me?
Okay, so I mean, I'm going to be honest. She has been bugging me for a month since you left Alkesa, right?
Before I left.
Okay,
right, I was already pitching to you.
About a week or two before, right? You were, yeah. So so she was pitching to me. We met and all that. We discussed what's the plan.
I had to meet him and sit down and
Haji Kade,
shout out, and I was like gonna
Yeah.
pitch to him. I was like pitching, yes, Haider,
Yeah.
this is it, Haider.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea, and I love like what I said, a female and a male podcast.
Yeah.
My hesitance or my reluctance to push for it is obviously time management also. I have another podcast, I have a family, I have a job. So to me, if I want to do it, I want to do it right, right? But if you don't start, then when will you do it, right? So that's the resistance that I have within myself, right? But then when we talk about it for many weeks, we send voice notes to each other, we call each other and all that. I keep saying I just want to make sure that this is different from Biar Betul. And I hope you guys are seeing it, because I'm already seeing it actually as I'm talking to you right now. It's a different dynamics. Talking to a lady is really a different dynamics, and you will see that in the next few episodes when we
The
cover
chemistry,
topics, maybe.
Yeah.
And the next few episodes when we cover topics like parenting and all that, so you will see more of that. So why I hesitate is because time management, and also I want to make sure that we do this right.
Yeah. And I had to assure him that, look, it's a 2% thing. We're going to split everything equally. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I'm also a bit of a control freak.
Same.
Yeah, maybe I rub off people in the wrong way. So I would like to apologize to my teammates at Biar Betul.
Did I?
No. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I hope there's nothing. There's nothing wrong. But at the end of the day, my niyat or my intention, right, is to make sure that when we do it the best that we can.
Yes.
Right. Go all out, and maybe sometimes I'm a bit pushy. I do not know. Sometimes I do my self-reflection. I do not know how else I can do it, but that's my style. I do not know if you rub off people in the wrong way or not. So far, we are still friends. We are good friends. We still have the podcast. We are doing it. But a lot of people will be asking, hey, why some people are missing? The truth is, they also have other commitments, right? They're also having some challenges personally.
Because they're also parents, they're husbands.
Exactly.
They have commitments.
Right. Yeah, so don't speculate so much. Maybe there's more to it. I don't know. But but from what I know, we all have our own, commitment, right? So that's why it took so long. But I'm happy that we're doing it right now, and I'm happy to start off with the Udit Narayan concert.
Oh my God! You see
Yeah.
now my voice is like because that concert was madness for me.
Actually, you know what? The catalyst wasn't her. It was Udit Narayan.
So then when I pitched you that, and then only you were like, okay, let's do it.
The timing.
Oh my God, Haider!
I know I'm gonna start with you one day. I just don't know when. But because
Udit
Udit was
pushed
in
it.
town, right? Udit was in town. We can't miss it. Okay, so
Thanks,
look out
Udit.
for our video. It probably be out before this episode even.
Yeah, actually, you're
if
right.
y'all haven't followed us on IG and you're just listening to the podcast, follow us on IG. Just.AnaDer, ANADER, and that's where you can see our video contents lah.
Yes,
which
correct.
will have this our video on the Udit Narayan concert where we interviewed people.
Yes, it was so much fun.
We played some games as well.
Yes, we manifested some people also.
Yes. Shout out to Hafiz Rahman.
Wait first,
Oh.
keep first.
Keep first.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wanna talk about the Udit episode or Udit concert or?
Maybe we get them to have a breakfast, and then we start the next one.
Okay. All right. So watch out for us for our next episode where we will cover the Udit Narayan episode.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.